Hello, you Nevermore Hollows psychos. This is Lafayette Faust. I'm on a secret trip this week and I have no new story to offer. But don't fret, I am submitting for your fright another one of our offerings over on our Patreon page. We offer a lot of different content over on Patreon, and one specific monthly offering is Elissa Heart or one of her assistants reading notes from the autopsies she performs on the strange creatures and monsters that come across her table. Tonight's episode is a reading of the notes from the autopsy of Mr. Crispy, who is one of our stranger creatures. And if you haven't listened to that particular episode yet, give it a listen. It's actually titled Mr. Crispy. I think you'll like it. It's one of our more popular episodes. I hope that you like what we're presenting tonight, and if you do, please consider supporting us over on Patreon. You can also support us at Buy Me a Coffee. The links are in the show notes. And of course, the best way to support us is to like, subscribe, comment, and share with the world. And as always, I thank you for your time. Now, I invite you to sit back, turn on a light, and prepare yourself.
This is Kevin Wise. I will be reading the notes for the autopsy of case number 08262-405. The date of the autopsy is 08/26/2024. The time of the autopsy is 9 p.m. Please forgive me, I have a cold. The location of the incident. The person or creature that we are referring to as Mr. Crispy was found behind Winona's Waffle Hut at 8:30 p.m. on August 26, 2024. Isaac White, the co-owner of Winona's Waffle Hut, stepped out back to take some trash to the dumpster. He heard a commotion in the woods located approximately 30 yards away. When he investigated, he saw the creature wrestling with a hunter named Wilbur Watts. During the altercation, Isaac was forced to shoot the creature with a .38 caliber pistol that he keeps on himself at all times. Wilbur states that he had parked at Winona's and was headed into the woods to his camping site when the creature attacked him. At the time of the attack, the creature was wearing only a loincloth made of skin which was later proven to be human. The sheriff conducted an investigation and found a cave with human bones. There was evidence in that cave that proved that the creature was using it for its habitat. It was also clear that the bones had been gnawed on by the creature, indicating that it was cannibalistic. The type of cryptid. Many of the creatures we autopsy here in Nevermore Hollows are often difficult to classify. However, for reasons I'll explain in detail below, I believe Mr. Crispy is a Nephilim. Height of the creature. Mr. Crispy is 6 feet 8.5 inches tall. Weight of specimen. Mr. Crispy is tall and extremely muscular, with a physique that is reminiscent of what is depicted in pictures and sculptures of Greek athletes or Greek gods. He weighs in at 350 pounds. Person reporting death. Isaac White, the co-owner of Winona's Waffle Hut. Description of creature. Mr. Crispy is large and extremely fit. The sides of his head are shaved and he has a tall spiked mohawk that is bright red. The red is a brighter red than what is normal for a human person with red hair. What I mean by that last statement is that Mr. Crispy is not human, at least not Homo sapien. What I mean by that is I believe that the creature is a different species of human. What species that would be isn't completely clear, but I do believe that he is what would most likely referred to as a Nephilim. For those who may not know what Nephilim are, they are a race of giants spoken of in the Bible that were created when fallen angels mated with humans. Some of the traits of the Nephilim are that they are extremely tall, some much larger than Mr. Crispy. Some researchers believe that the Nephilim from biblical stories were as tall as 30 or 40 feet. So, if Mr. Crispy is only around 7 feet, how could he be one of these Nephilim? I believe that he is a young Nephilim that had not reached the age of maturity. Nephilim are also said to have had 6 fingers and a second row of teeth. Mr. Crispy had 6 fingers on his left hand, and he had 2 rows of teeth. I am also reminded of the giant red-haired people spoken by the Native Americans in the western United States. There are many reports of these red-haired people who are extremely tall and fearsome, who were also cannibalistic. The Native Americans have many stories of battling these red-haired giants, ultimately defeating them in a cave by using fire. The reports state that multiple tribes came together and set a trap for them in a cave where they burned the giants to death. What I found fascinating during the autopsy is that Mr. Crispy had the same internal organs that normal humans do, except for the brain. Mr. Crispy did not have a pineal gland. In a human, the pineal gland is roughly bean-shaped, and when looked at in a cross-section of the brain, it can resemble the shape of an eye. In ancient Egypt, they referred to the pineal gland as the third eye, in part for this reason. They also referred to the pineal gland as the third eye because they believed that this gland helped them connect with the spirit realm. Other cultures around the world see the pineal gland as the God gland, which helps them tap into their spirituality. I do believe in a spiritual realm. I do believe in God. I believe that we are created in such a way that our minds and hearts can be in tune with God. Maybe the pineal gland does not play a role in that. I cannot say for certain. However, I found that Mr. Crispy had an odd-shaped organ in the place of his pineal gland, a pentagram. It is believed that since the Nephilim were not created in God's image, but instead were the offspring of fallen angels, they were not able to commune with God. Considering the ancient belief that the pineal gland plays in connecting with God, I find it fascinating that Mr. Crispy's pineal gland is non-existent. While all of this is interesting, the most disturbing thing about my autopsy is that when Isaac called us to the scene, it seemed that Mr. Crispy was dead. He had no heartbeat, no pulse, no breathing, and when I brought him back to the lab, he showed no signs of brain activity. However, in the middle of my autopsy, after I had removed his left kidney for inspection, his heart began pumping and brain activity resumed. This occurred an hour after being declared dead. To my surprise, I could see that his body was regenerating the kidney I had removed, and within minutes the Y incision I'd made in his torso began healing. I quickly administered what I'd hoped to be a lethal dose of morphine, called Sheriff Mosley, and we took the body to the Lamentation Brothers mortuary. I had them put him in the crematorium. I wanted to make sure that Mr. Crispy stayed dead. This brings me to why we are calling this creature Mr. Crispy. This is the odd moniker that Auto Lamentation gave him when we took the creature to be cremated. I will conclude my autopsy by saying that I was informed by the Lamentation brothers and Gordon St. Pierre and Ramona Moon that Mr. Crispy somehow was revived while burning inside the crematorium and also assaulted Ramona Moon. It is my belief that he would have killed her and devoured her due to his cannibalistic nature. He was about to kill the poor girl when Gordon showed up in the nick of time and helped rescue her. Mr. Crispy ran off into the night, and we have not seen or heard any reports of this creature since then. Therefore, I can say that Mr. Crispy is of the highest threat to the citizens of Nevermore Hollows. He is such a threat because of his ability to regenerate, even in the heat of a crematorium, and that if he has a soul, it is completely separated from God. And those two traits are extremely deadly.